The rumor is that it's only going to release on this STEM device. Are you paying $200 to hear Donda 2 if it stays, if this rumor stays true?
Perez, I'm gonna do what I've always done. Okay, let me tell you something, man. Since 2000, we've always found a way, from LimeWire to the homie next door or burning it off the. We've always found a way, from all the way tissue in the tape decks. We've always found a way. So I tell you this, man, I'm gonna find a way, and I guarantee you, this is gonna hit the net. Somebody's gonna shoot the link. I'm not even gonna have to ask for it, and it's gonna be in my inbox for the free ski. No, I'm not spending $200 on this album. What if it starts, Prez? What if the rumor mill starts? Everybody's talking about it. Yo, that yay, this is most incredible shit I ever heard. I mean, do you start caving? Do you I gotta hear it. Like I gotta hear it.
I respect it and I understand it, but I get it the way that you just mentioned at the beginning of this. How I know it's gonna magically pop up in my inbox. I get it that way, but I just can't, like, $200. Like, that's
You already spent $200 for a Kanye album in the past.
Which one?
You spent $200 for a Kanye experience.
When?
I don't know. Did we ever go to Watch the Throne concert together?
That's a live performance.
Oh yeah, baby. Let me walk it down. Let me walk you down memory lane. Okay. So the average concert ticket of a Watch the Throne was about what, $100, $150. Yeah. We in Cologne, Germany. The years, what, it got to be between 2010, 2012, right? You know what I mean? I could say me and you made a lot less money about 10 years ago than we make now, right?
Probably.
Safe to say we couldn't afford it. Answer the damn question. Answer the question. Right. Safe to say we couldn't really afford it. Oh, we could, give or take.
And it was like an hour and a half trip.
Oh, no. I'm still in Germany, baby. It's about 3 hours. It's close 3 hours.
Let's not delay it anymore, man. You live long enough, you continue going through life, you become a hypocrite at some parts. Like we said, we weren't going to talk about this Kanye unless it was about the music. And lo and behold, 1 week later, we got to talk about Kanye.
Because of the music.
Oh man, yeah.
Crazy. Hey man, It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. But yo, let's tell them about it, man. Tell them a little bit about the documentary. It's called Jesus, right? Jeen Yuhs. Sorry, Jeen Yuhs. I don't know why I said it.
Yeah. I mean, that probably episode 2 is probably gonna get that, because that's when he was like, "I am a god," and all. He went through his phases, bro. So I get you.
I'm foreshadowing.
Yeah. So, man, this documentary though, man, like, I think I'm the one who had to hit y'all up and say I just watched it, and I can't even must be mad, man. This was a good ass documentary. Showed.
Tugged at your heartstrings, didn't it?
Yeah, man. I like that it showed the struggle that he was going through. I think it shined a little bit of light on, we talked about, he may don't do all his little writing, but the evidence was there that Kanye was a showman. I mean, he did his work. He put in his grind just like anybody else, harder than some other people. I mean, I think this is akin to some of the stuff that we done talked about, up and coming rappers a lot with, where they talk about people want stuff for free and they still got to eat. They got to, you know what I mean? So that little part was here. Everybody wanted a beat, so they wanted to fake like they wanted to hear him rhyme, just to get a beat or something from him and stuff like this. But there was some acknowledgement, that he was getting along the way of like, yo, this is really dope. And it kind of irked me like throughout the series, because like people got a taste of that style of rap that kind of owned like for about 10, still like his fingerprints are over our own music as it is today. And when they got a taste of something different, they didn't jump on it. It was one or two people. The dude that rock his records, the A&R over there, I forget his name, but yeah, he kind of seen it and he was like, "Yo, this is where it's gonna go." But when he went into the offices of those other companies and he's playing it and they're not catching on, man, I'm like, yo, I remember the first time I heard these records, I was like, that sound is different, like it, like, and it lasted for that reign lasted for years. You know what I mean? Like when you hear
You know
these songs,
why?
even when you hear it today, your head knocks or whatever. Like you
It's
you
just
can't avoid
timeless.
it. But they had
Timeless.
zero emotion. They was just like, man, get out of here. Like I work in the office. You know what I mean? Like we done worked in offices before. Like I still want music around me. It helps me work a little bit better. So it would have never been a burden or something that was like in the way. Like it's music. It's gonna help me work a little bit. And if it's actually jamming, like I'm with it. You know, I may get a little bit more lost in my work.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Because Guru and Wayno used to be on the street team and work as an A&R, I believe, at Rockefeller Records, or I'm not sure about the exact name of it, but he was with The Rock, Wayno. If you've ever seen him on, what's the thing that Joe Budden was on before he with
Complex?
anyway, Wayno, huh?
Complex?
Yeah, Complex. Y'all should know Wayno from Complex. So anyway, you know, Wayno is he gave some clarity to say like, hey, he always did this with the camera crew, and he was first of his kind, like really walking around back then with a camera crew when cats didn't really was like, yo, it wasn't like now to where it's not uncommon to see an artist or anybody walking around with a camera crew and everybody kind of knows how to act accordingly. You know what I mean? So he caught a lot. That footage was probably like the 10th time that Kanye had came to the offices playing that same song, you know what I mean? Or different collection of songs, but they heard them already. So he may have gotten a reaction the first 2 times, but whatever footage was seen, that's what he said. That's what Wayno said. And that's what Young Guru.
You hear All Falls Down right now. You
Guru
hear that
backed
song.
them up. I'm just telling you.
You hear
Guru
All Falls Down, Cash. Tell me one time you ain't kind of vibe with it. You ain't vibe with All Falls Down. I don't care how many times. It's never been a point where I don't vibe with that song. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not giving like I'm saying like nobody else was presenting that type of music back then. So it's like it's fresh air. You know what I mean? It's different. So every time I hear it, especially if he's saying this the 10th time, I'm still like, yo, I'm like, this is where it should be going. Like, you supposed to be the A&R. Y'all supposed to be able to see these things in the future. You supposed to be able to plot. And like, y'all was so captured. It showed like how everybody was so captured in their style of music. You know, like as he was going to each record company, how rock is they got Talib, they got Mose, you know what I mean? Over here at Rockefeller, they only focus on these more street raps and things like that was coming up. They wasn't opening themselves up to see what was out there. And this is where I would give him where he said, like, he can see things. He was going to blend them both together. They should have been able to see that. I just didn't get it.
But we always get that type of thing though from people as far as not seeing it. Like you have to put it. Some people, you get it immediately. Like, this is what I'm used to, or this is that different, but this is that dope. And some people have to take the tougher route. Just take ourselves. I hate to inject ourselves in this, but I have to inject ourselves in this because, not a lot of people root for us. I think they root for us, but just like we have to work harder. Like we have to put in the time and effort to do, the things that we need to do to get the word out there, to work smarter. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what Kanye was doing all along. You know what I'm saying? Was things that were first, like walking around with a camera crew. That's uncommon at that time. You know what I mean? And a lot of people wasn't cool with that. And I think that makes a lot of sense as to why they wasn't rocking with it. You know what I mean? But the persistence, but him continuing to deliver Rockefeller hits, and other people in Raucous and other people, Scarface, they touched on Guess Who's Bazat and all that on there. You know what I mean? And Scarface giving him, yo, that's incredible. He's told him that. Those little things like that along the way helped build him to who he already was. And his mom, oh man, I don't even know if I want to get to his mom quite this quick in the
No,
breakdown
no,
of
no, no.
episode
Just
one.
let's hold that off for a little bit.
Yeah.
But the journey that he was going on, like I said, it gave a little bit of background. We know they're directing this, so they can make it fit
Spin
how
the
they want to
narrative.
make it fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, but hopefully that first little portion was true. Like the guy was on what is it? Channel Zero,
Yeah, Channel
and he
Zero,
kind of
Shot
seen
Time.
he
Yep.
kind of seen Kanye early on and said like this dude's gonna be a star, and then approached Kanye about following him around, and then just jumping up and going across country with him to catalog this journey. That was something that was a leap of faith on that director part too. You know what I mean? Like on the was it Cootie?
Cootie, yeah.
Yeah. It was a leap of faith on his little part too. And then just wait that long to get the payout. I don't know how much Kanye was paying him in the meantime, but you got to think like his main bulk of his money about to come now after getting this Netflix money. But we're going all those years to wait for that kind of that payout. Man, hey, you're a bigger man than me. I would have jumped ship.
Well, we don't know what place he pays in his organization or his label. Like he probably pays some type of creator. He probably gave him a nice title for just putting it down all them years. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for sure.
But I'm saying the bigger payoff, like the sticking around all
for
that
something
time
that's his, something he created. Yeah, right now without knowing, I really don't know what
I don't know what
his
money
position
situation
and
is.
his
I
role.
don't know.
So
I'm just saying, open. Like you would think, like I ain't really seen too much, but this is probably going to get him his biggest payday. You know what I mean? Having this type of footage, being able to present it, You know what I mean? Over all those years, that's a long time to wait for the payout, but I think it's kind of coming. But
I got one thing. I got one thing before we move on. Okay. So for you was talking about Rawkus and Mos Def and Talib. Like I wanted to say that those were two guys that believed in them. So it wasn't everybody that was giving them shade. It was just like, and those at the time, Talib and Mos, and making the album they were making at the time and getting them on records, that was a big deal, especially in NY and shit like that. So I'm like, yo, some people believed in him. You know what I mean? So it was just, he got incremental wins along the way. It's just that the label wanted him just to be a producer when that's not what he wanted to be. They just wanted him to focus on keep giving everybody these hits, because if you remember, Beans, Young Guns, Memphis Bleak, like all these guys, whatever you feel about Rockefeller and State Property and Cam and everybody, whatever you feel about them, like he gave a lot of guys who didn't stand the test of time for whatever reason some of their best albums. You know what I'm saying? With just having 2-3 joints on there. So I would definitely want him to focus. It's just like an athlete, right? An athlete can't do anything else but be an athlete. Don't focus on nothing else. Don't be Draymond Green. Don't have a podcast. Don't have this. Don't have that. Just focus on these beats because you're great at that. And that's how I felt like Rockefeller looked at him at the time.
Okay. Yeah, and not just Rockefeller. I mean, he had Columbia, I think, up in there. Like he had other record companies up in there that he was actually kind of saying. And and then when he went back home, showing his journey back home, which, man, it just, the minute I'm seeing this footage, I'm like, oh, that was in the All Falls Down. That was in the All Falls Down. Like all this, like, was the original footage that they had kind of captured, which kind of just made it like, yo, okay, that's kind of sick. But having to go back home and getting this, I don't know if it's his first little part, but experiencing some hate, you know what I mean, or some
that was
little animosity, you know what I mean, that with him not showing enough love, you know what I mean, or being a critic, saying, or that being said,
I can identify not with that type of hate. You know what I mean? But I can identify with when you're away from home for a while and you're doing your own thing and you come back, you got different experiences and you may have reached, or it appears that you've reached certain heights in life. And everybody's like, man, I knew your little monkey ass when you was, back here, and you learned what you learned what you do right now from me. You know what I mean? So how do you feel how and I forget the producer's name that taught him. It wasn't No ID. It was the producer he got to before No ID. How do you feel about how he took it at the time? Like, was it justified or, what I
I
mean?
don't know, and I ain't about to try to dig into that little portion of it, you know what I mean? Because I don't know their relationship. I don't know what was. All I know, it kind of highlighted that portion, and it seemed like they kind of worked it out. He went on there to explain and stuff like that. But I knew it was one of those. They knew it was part of. It was something that was eventually going to happen in his career. You know what I mean? They had to prepare for it. I like the way they highlighted it. They kind of navigated. They showed that it could be all resolved in a peaceful manner, and then move on and keep doing your thing. You know, I thought that was a good look on the
Yeah,
documentary.
for sure. I like that they handled it as men to where it's like, yo, why you say that shit? And it's always the male ego, like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, it's always gonna be that. But I'm like, yo, I'm glad that they showed a positive outcome to it, because not too often, with black and brown folks, you know what I mean, to where small shit like that, small just feelings. I feel a way because you rock with No ID and you speak him up more than me. Well, No ID was known. You really wasn't. You know what I mean? So I can understand, but at the same time, it wasn't really no hate, I don't think, from Kanye's side of it. And actually, man, he looked more hurt that he was getting hate, especially after coming home and receiving so much love for what he did for the Blueprint. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's just my take on it. Overall, love the way those gentlemen handled it way back when.
Yeah, and now we can tie in the mom portion, because you seen, like, as he got down and was being brought down and losing kind of his vision, and probably even was thinking, like, do I really want to go back to New York if it ain't working out? That little home visit to his mom and them going around and seeing where it came from, I think kind of reinvigorated him a little bit, and like he went back even hungrier at that portion. So I feel like his mom was kind of his rock, and like that kind of may
It
be
makes
where
sense. It
we'll,
makes
we'll,
so
we'll
much
see
sense
how
now.
it goes on the rest of the documentary. But I kind of think they're gonna paint the picture like him losing his mom is a good portion of where
But that's been out
all
there
this stuff
forever,
goes a little
right?
bit wrong. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's been out there forever as far as, and I think that would be anybody as close as their mom. I'm close to my mom. I'm sure you close to your mom. I'm pretty sure anybody that loses their mom, things could spiral out of control. And I'm not here to judge how people handle loss, because everybody handles it, differently. I have a friend of mine right now, like she suffered several losses. We have a lot of friends that handle losses differently. You know what I mean? Some just keep on trucking on, keep on pushing, keep themselves busy. Some people continuously celebrate the death or the birthday, like in like years. Like it affects them years. You know what I mean? So, and it's like you can't judge. You can't be like, oh, it's been 7 years. Come on, man. You ain't over that yet? No. You know what I mean? Like some people are sick like that to think that people can just get over the loss of somebody that raised you, that birthed you like that. So, but it makes a lot of sense as to why he is who he is, as far as just, the narcissist. Like she built him up to think higher of himself. And I like that. Like that's what your mom is supposed to do, especially if you're a little black boy in Chicago from the inner city. Fuck yeah, I got to make you think that you can do the impossible, because the impossible is not possible often, in these inner city communities, or, just being behind the 8 ball. So I love that they interjected his mom early in there.
Man, like the moment like they had at the table where she was like repeating one of his rhymes that he
Man,
had forgot. Like, yo, that's
that was
like you can see how that just like kind of kept him moving. Like that's one of those things. Like, okay, yeah, it's gonna work.
yeah. Because like, come
uh,
on, man. If your mom called you the other day, it's like, yo, that thing you said on the podcast, like you'd be like, oh shit, mom, you actually watched? You know what I mean? Like you would feel a certain type of way. Like that's mom's, like whatever you into, if your mom and your parents like express interest even to your kids now, you know what I'm saying? Like if you express interest in the things that they're into that they don't think that you're into, but you just show that love, it just gives them all the more confidence to be great at whatever that is, no matter what you think about it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I can't say enough great things about it, man. They got me locked in, man. When he hit the
Yeah,
mom's
yeah, yeah,
part.
yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. Overall, I think it was a great interview, a great initial documentary series, like the found footage, the grainy footage never really got to me. Just just seeing and experiencing as is, like it's a good docu-series, man. It's a good one, man. Wasn't expecting to like it like I did. Was actually probably going in looking for a little bit of hate up in there that I could throw a little bit more Kanye way, but I can't. Gotta acknowledge that.
And who was the first person to the group chat to text everybody about this this documentary and its greatness? Who was it again?
That was me. That was me.
Oh, whoa, okay. Hey man,
Hey,
people change.
hey,
People change.
I'm not. That's how Like, hey, I always go into everything I do, like with open eyes. Like I don't let my prejudgment or anything kind of just sway it. I still go in it with open eyes, open ears. You know what I mean? And if it's good, I'm gonna acknowledge it's good. When it's bad, though, I'll be right there to tell you it was bad. Donda.
Yeah, breaking news. Welcome to Cash and Purses Don't Sleep on the Couch podcast, aka the Hypocrites. You will get a hypocritical take each and every week. Just like human emotion, man. You just never know, man. You just never know.
Hey, Cash, before we get off Kanye, before we get off this, we're done talking about the documentary, but let's talk about the other thing that we starting to slowly trickle out. And I don't know how much truth is going to be. We really won't know until the date actually hit. February 22nd is when Donda 2 is supposed to come out, right?
Yeah.
February 2nd, 2022. All the twos up in there mixed in with Donda 2 and all this, but I'm hearing that he's like officially done with his contract. They're supposed to be like legit all his, produced by all his, and then like now rumor is that he's releasing it only on this device that he has, the STEM device. So the STEM device is supposed to cost like $200.
Yeah, man.
8 gig of storage. I think he started this rollout with his last album, Donda, but he still released it on everything else. But the rumor is that it's only going to release on this STEM device. Are you paying $200 to hear Donda 2 if this rumor stays true?
Perez, I'm gonna do what I've always done. Okay, let me tell you something, man. Since 2000, we've always found a way, from LimeWire to the homie next door or burning it off we've always found a way, from all the way tissue in the tape decks. We've always found a way. So I tell you this, man, I'm gonna find a way, and I guarantee you, this is gonna hit the net. Somebody's gonna shoot the link. I'm not even gonna have to ask for it, and it's gonna be in my inbox for the free ski. No, I'm not spending $200 on this album. I love Kanye music, you know what I mean? As an overall, questionable person. Love the music, right? Not gonna be able to justify it, man. I like what he stands for. I like what he's doing, because I can't be a hypocrite. This is why I like what he's doing. Nipsey Hussle did something very similar where he sold one of his mixtapes for $100 back in the day. He got all the praise for it. Jay even brought a couple copies. Everybody thought it was dope that he believed that much in himself, and it was trying to bring the value up of music, which I feel that from that standpoint. I feel that, like, if you can't afford it and if you don't want to buy it, that's cool. Don't buy it. I don't judge you for it, but I definitely ain't gonna judge the artist if they feel that their art is worth $200, because look at, man. I mean, people are dropping singles every day for 99 cents. You know how much you put into that 99 cent, that stream or that song? You probably put 1 billion times worth that. You know what I mean? Whatever astronomical number you put into that. So
10,
I'm all for
hours.
Artists.
I think that's the common little thing, right?
10,000 hours or whatever it is. But you spent, if the music, if you're relatively, independent artist, and you put some money in, you mixing, there's the beat, there's the time, you know what I mean? There's the marketing, paying for a cover, like all that shit is coming out your pocket. So just imagine how much it costs for that one song an independent artist charge you for their album. They gave you 10 songs, but for the one song that they paid maybe, let's say $200 for, if they charge you that for the album. You know what I mean? I can't be mad at them for trying to recoup. I'm not mad at Kanye for doing this. I'm also not mad at the average consumer for saying, hell the fuck no, I can't afford it.
Yeah. I mean, I was paying $14.99 when it was $14.99. Well, let's take it back. I was paying $20.99 when CDs was $20.99, cost more than the tapes, and then $14.99 when they kind of even out at that price, and then or Best Buy come around and everything was $10 if you caught it in the first 2 weeks of release. Yeah, we're gonna take it back all the way back, like, and you know, and then we paying $5 a mixtape. You can get 5 for 25, 5 for 20, you know, on there. So like it was things of that nature. I was always paying, because I was going with how the market is setting that value, right? Well, the market say the value of all music is $15. I'm paying $15.
Hey, listen, forget all that. You asked me the question. I answered it. You answered the question, because I ain't really hear you answer the question yet. You didn't Cash. What you think? Are you buying it? But I ain't hear you. I ain't hear you answer the question directly. Prez, are you buying Donda 2 if it drops?
A family plan on any one of those services is around about $15, right? If we're doing a single plan, maybe I can get it for $9 to $7 a month. That is what I'm willing to pay to hear Kanye. You know what I mean? An up and coming artist, you know what I mean? Maybe I shell out some money to help them along the way. Kanye done got enough of my damn money that he's all right.
What if it starts, Prez? What if the rumor mill starts? Everybody's talking about it. Yo, this is most incredible shit I ever heard. And do you start caving? Do you? I gotta hear it. Like I gotta hear it.
I respect it and I understand it, but I get it the way that you just mentioned at the beginning of this. I know it's gonna magically pop up in my inbox. I get it that way, but I just can't, like, $200. Like that's.
You've already spent $200 for a Kanye album in the past.
Which one?
You spent $200 for a Kanye experience.
When?
I don't know. Did we ever go to Watch the Throne concert together?
That's a live performance.
Oh yeah, baby. Let me walk it down. Let me walk you down memory lane. Okay. So the average concert ticket of a Watch the Throne was about what, $100, $150. Yeah. We in Cologne, Germany. The years, it got to be between 2010, 2012, right? You know what I mean? I could say me and you made a lot less money about 10 years ago than we make now, right?
Probably.
Safe to say we couldn't afford it. Answer the damn question. Answer the question. Right. Safe to say we couldn't really afford it. We could, you know. Give or take.
And it was like an hour and a half trip.
Oh, no. I'm still in Germany, baby. It's about 3 hours. Close 3 hours with about 4 people driving. People got to stop. They want to eat, piss, whatever. So let's chalk it up to 3 hours. Before we go out to the concert, we want to be right. We want to sing the lyrics. We want to have a good time, but we also want to look good, right? How much your outfit costs? Give me a little average.
What's it, man? Oh man, because kicks, everything else, man. It was
kicks about 200. Kicks about 600. You know, if it's go low on the low end.
Yeah, we'll go on the low end.
Go with 600 for the outfit.
Nicole had a jacket on. Yeah, it costs. I get what you're saying.
Okay, hotel room, pregame, going to the actual thing. Now you know we got to get the let out. We both single at the time, so we going to the let out wherever that's at. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Jay and Kanye there, but they mega stars at that point, so probably they not out. But we still going out off the strength of the high of being at a Jay and Kanye concert. Watch the Throne. I don't know how much money we threw in that club that night. Safe to say, we well above $200. So this man, you done been listening to him since the early 2000s. He don't deserve it.
It's one thing that you leaving out. It's one thing that you're leaving out. No, because I remember this now. It's called coming back to me. Y'all brought tickets in a certain section, but I said I had to have the better experience. I spent even more. I was sitting in a whole other different section And then I ended up getting I ended up moving down to practically probably second or third row, like when they let out and they did the niggas in Paris thing. So like when they started doing that, like I'm down at the okay.
Yep, and you was with the arms. You don't even dance. You was you was doing that all that out of body experience. If y'all could have seen this man, if y'all know who he is, how calm, cool, and collected he always is, lost his mind in that concert. Lost his mind, having a good time. I think he even ran into the mosh pit during the concert.
No, I'm saying I ran up to on that whole little part. I remember I was like second row. Like I had moved up. Like I had just made
all the way up. Turn all the way up. So case in point is, people, if you are like me, especially if you're like Prez, you're a hypocrite. You just don't want to give over that $200 for an album because it's a novelty thing. A lot of people are not doing it, and you got to get jolted into it. I guarantee you, if this shit whittles down and the average artist is charging you, let's say $30 to $50 an album from here on out, y'all are gonna acclimate to buying it. It's just that you got to get used to it because you love music. Point blank, period. That's the end of the Kanye story.
Okay.
Just saying. We all hypocrites. We all hypocrites here. This is the title of the episode. The hypocrite. It gotta be, man. It gotta be.
I know I got the footage somewhere. I don't have to go down and look somewhere, so you can add it in, even with me on the second and third row, like with the music playing. I know I got it somewhere, Cash.
Hey,
so
man,
you can add it to the end of the video.
Got to. You got to, man. Throw it out there, man, because you know I'm gonna do some editing magic on the video, man. You know what I mean? For sure, man. And what else we got? We got anything left on this Kanye $200?
That's it for the Kanye. That's it for the Kanye. So I don't know where we want to go from here.